General Secretariat for Arabic and Islamic Education in the Gambia, Amana, in collaboration with the World Assembly of Muslim Youths, the program brought together 100 participants from a cross-section of schools across the country for intense sessions meant to hone their instruction capacity. The President of the Supreme Islamic Council, Muhammad Lamin Toure, highlighted some of the obstacles the Muslim Ummah faces in delivering the message of Islam. According to Toure, in conveying Islam messages, there are two key elements especially required, which is wisdom and the ability to articulate. He further urged the madrasa teachers to have proper understanding of the lessons being taught and thanked the organizers for their efforts. Sheikh Isa Dabo, the Secretary General of Amana, outlined the teacher training was one of the biggest challenges in the madrasa system, noting that the issue has been hindering the efficiency of their course since the early 90s due to lack of training opportunities. The Amana Secretary General was, however, too quick to add that all along this is being consigned to the past with the merger of the madrasa system and the Amana through the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
Teacher training was one of the biggest problems in madrasa in early 90s because there were no training opportunities for madrasa teachers. But after the unification of madrasa under the umbrella of Amana and through strong partnership between Amana and the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, a lot of opportunities were created for madrasa teachers. These include organizing summer classes for new teachers in madrasa for the period of 9 weeks every year, and 750 teachers benefited from the program since 2008.
From the Education Department, Amadou Jallo represented the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. Jallo underscored that the ministry appreciates the role of the organizers in building the capacity of teachers. Mohamed Jallo spoke on behalf of the participants and thanked all those who contributed to the success of the training program, whilst admonishing his fellow teachers to ensure optimum delivery in their subsequent teaching courses. The event was also graced by representatives of the World Assembly of Muslim Youths, the former president of the Supreme Islamic Council, and host of other dignitaries. For GRTS News, I am Esther Mane.
The Gambia Organization for the Visually Impaired, GOVI, has joined the rest of the world to observe World White Cane Day. The commemorations, which were held in the North Bank community of SL, created a platform for the discussion of issues pertinent to the welfare of the visually impaired. Fatou Jasseh reports the event also availed the celebrants the opportunity to remind the public about the importance of the white cane in the lives of the visually impaired.
From the March purse, these celebrants gathered at the SO Lower Basic School to reflect on the day set aside for the welfare of the visually impaired. The Vice President of GOVI in the Lower Nyomi, Basiru Jallo, in his welcome remark, applauded the local authorities in the region for being very supportive to GOVI, as can be alluded to by their presence at this event. District Chief Bakari Sanko expressed delight at hosting the event and assured GOVI of his continued support for the welfare of the visually impaired. Speaker after speaker lamented the recent demise of GOVI's former chairperson, Muhammad Kora, for the role he played in promoting the welfare of visually impaired people in the country. Mbaye Sarr, who represented the National Assembly member for Lower Nyomi, said citizens of North Bank region should be proud of the development opportunities they continue to enjoy and implored them to be at the forefront of national development endeavors. He preached that love and care for each other without discrimination must be promoted at all times. The Executive Director Govi Mahmoud Toure, who read a statement on behalf of his chairperson, Yasin Seka, spoke on the significance of the white cane.
A white cane is used by people who are blind or visually impaired. Its primary uses are as a mobility tool and as a courtesy to others. But there are at least 5 varieties, each serving a slightly different need. While the white cane is commonly accepted as a symbol of blindness, different people still have white cane, still have different rules concerning what constitutes a cane for the blind. For example, in the United Kingdom, the white cane indicates that the user is visually challenged. With 2 red bands added, it indicates that the user is both deaf and blind. In the United States, laws vary from state to state, but in all cases, those carrying white canes are afforded the right of way when crossing a road.
To thank the government of the day for the enabling environment,
I would like to call upon our schools and colleges to offer full opportunities for training the blind person, employees and the public to utilize the available skills of the competent blind person and to open new opportunities for the blind in our rapidly changing society.
Governor Lamin Queen Jammeh of the North Bank region stressed the importance the Jammeh administration attaches to the welfare of its citizens without discrimination, making reference to the policy frameworks put in place by government. White Cane Day also serves as a moment to enlighten motorists and sighted pedestrians to assume their moral and social responsibilities of assisting the blind to move around freely and safely from one place to another. The commemoration also afforded the visually impaired a platform to showcase their talent. For GRTS News, I am Fatou Jassi.
Well, with weeks to go before the young people of the country converge on the island town of Janjanbureh in the Central River region for another edition of the biennial National Youth Conference and Festival, the Cardiff Municipality has launched its local organizing committee. This year's event, which will center on youth participation in the productive sectors, is set to draw 150 youths from the Cardiff Municipality.
The National Youth Conference and Festival, NECOF, is a biennial event that brings together young people from all over the country and beyond to share experiences and also dilate on issues affecting them. According to Bakari Baji, Youth Councillor in the Cardiff Municipality, the forthcoming NECOF will have 5 broad activities including a youth conference, cultural performances and sports. Slated for the 14th to the 22nd December 2012 in the CRR settlement of Janjanbureh. About 1,500 young people and stakeholders from across the country are expected to partake in this year's NECOF, with the KM alone to contribute 150 young people.
How can we, as young people, be re-energized and reoriented so that we can be able to participate in the socio-economic development of this country? And that is why we have a theme which is directing and reorienting youth participation towards the productive sector of the economy. That simply means that as young people we understand that we have a role to play when it comes to the development of this country, but more specifically the economic development of this country.
The mayor of the Cardiff Municipality, Yankuba Koli, who delivered the launch statement, expressed his satisfaction with the performances put up by the youth in the previous NECOMs. Although Mayor Koli acknowledged the challenging nature of the country's largest youth gathering,
he tasked young people representing his municipality to return from CRR with trophies as they did in the past editions.
Well, we apologize for the sound quality of that report. 3 decades of service in an organization is indeed a very long time. Imam Mohammed Samu Gassama is a veteran reviser who has worked for 30 years at the Organization of African Unity, now African Union. That period has witnessed a lot of transformation at the continental body, and now the man has written a book on his experiences at the OAU-AU. Our Modu Jalos had done with Mr. Gassama to discuss his work. Here is an excerpt.
Put down my recollections, pass that experience onto the, pass it on to posterity, you know, and not only that, but I hope the readership will find in this book some interesting points that have been highlighted by me in connection with events and workings of the organization itself, how it transformed itself through the efforts of